Hi, my name is Teresa Moore, and this is the video component of my capstone project. And that's me. And I am going to do a really quick share screen so we can get started. All right. Okay, so a little bit about me. Aside from being a student here at the University of North Georgia, I am also full-time staff. I work in the Office of Professional Continuing Education. There, I am a program development specialist, and I program classes. Right now, my specialty is leadership courses, that kind of thing. I started my journey toward a degree in 1993. I attended a physical science and a tennis class summer right after graduation. Then I went to Somerset Community College for a while, Bluegrass Technical. I even tried Western Governors because I had this desire to be a teacher, and I have ended up here at the University of North Georgia. I chose interdisciplinary studies because of the flexibility that it allowed. I could take all of my classes online and not interfere with my job responsibilities during the day. My concentrations were social sciences and humanities. Social sciences, I love the why aspect, trying to figure it out. It's like a puzzle to me as to why people do the things that they do. Humanities, my favorite piece is communication, because as humans, we are so bad at it. So that's very interesting to me as well. Little about me. That's me way, way back. I grew up in Somerset, Kentucky, where the biggest draw is Lake Cumberland and the Kingsford Charcoal Factory. And this one is me in 1993 when I graduated. And that is my entire graduating class right there. When I started thinking about this project in January, it just so happened that one of the girls I graduated with gave me a call to let me know how things were going in her life. And it really started me thinking. We go back to that small class. We have three different people. Christy is here on the left with the pigtails. Then there's Gretchen, and then there's Andy. And Andy was a cheerleader at the rival school for a year before graduation. We all come from very different backgrounds, but we've known each other since we were 8. And they have in common that before we graduated, all three of these ladies were substance addicted. And that is how my project was born. I was very interested in the substance addiction rates in my hometown. And Somerset hasn't really grown, or Pulaski County hasn't grown very much in the last 30 years, essentially. It's still very small. I started looking for what kind of correlations could I find. And the Appalachian Regional Commission had a great many different reports about what they call the diseases of despair. And in ages 15 to 64, Appalachia overall had a 41.6% of overdoses from drugs that were detailed in this report from 2020. Kentucky overall of all of the states that are listed in Appalachia had a rate of 51.4 of overdoses. And of those overdoses, 35.8% or 70% overall were due to opioids. And that is terrifying. So then I went a little bit deeper and found the KIP report, which is the Kentucky Incentives for Prevention. And Pulaski County is right here, and it is in the Adonta group. and they looked at 10th graders. That's specifically the high school group that they looked at. And they looked at the survey was based on a 30-day range. 30% or of 30 days for like alcohol was used more than just a couple of sips was at 16.5%. 9% said that they had smoked marijuana, and 1% had used methamphetamine in the last 30 days. And while 1% doesn't sound alarming, the national average is 0.1% for methamphetamine use among 10th graders. The newest report will be out this fall, and it will be the 2021 report. Okay. Yeah, here's that methamphetamine. That's just kind of terrifying. If we go from there, the 2020 overdose fatality report was kind of frightening as well. So if we go back here to Pulaski County, we can see that there is a couple other counties that are, a little bit higher, but Pulaski was the fourth in the state for 2020 with 12 overdose deaths. And that just seems like way too many deaths for me. So I started thinking, what could we do? Because we know that drug prevention is taught in school. And I thought that if we did something more on a real, transparent level, it could be more impactful and more meaningful. Because in the canned studies, it can be very abstract. All the statistics and things can be very abstract and not really make the impact that we'd like them to do. So I propose that we partner with community members, with the sheriff, with the school resource officers, EMS, that is Judge Tapp at the bottom. He worked with drug court, our ER doctors, coroner, real people, those in recovery, families who have gone through addiction with loved ones. If we created small panels and brought in small sections of homerooms at a time, I would think no more than 4, and we met in a very casual, informal place where conversations could be had, and our professionals could share what's happening right here in Pulaski County with the students, that it could make an impact on them that would be lasting. This would be an inexpensive addition, and I propose that we partner with the chamber and reach out to local business. And the only thing that I feel that we would need material wise would be great if we could have some snacks just to add to the casual atmosphere. And then a t-shirt at the end of the year when students completed the program. And this would be just a very small monetary thing, and we could rotate from year to year so as to not place an undue burden on any one business. I feel like my proposal could be implemented very easily. I count it as a success. We would need the buy-in from the community for our speakers. And then we would have to have the buy-in from the parents, and the permission slips would be sent home for those who don't want their child to participate. I do understand that that's going to be very sensitive subjects for some people. Some of the challenges that I found were people in the school system didn't want to talk to me. I have 2 people from my graduating class that teach at Somerset High School, but neither one of them wanted to say anything on the record that could be construed in a bad way. So I thought that was a challenge. What I got out of this was a wake-up call out of my bubble where everything seems peachy. I no longer have a child in the public school system. So I forgot that the challenges these kids faced and that just small things could be the difference between life and death. Um, I was able to utilize my humanities training in my communication with the three girls from high school and how that they're doing. Also, by reaching out to some of the community members just to see what they thought of the idea, as well as the teachers. Um, and through my social sciences, that I was able to know how to research and look at the reports that I found. Um, I want to show you one other thing. There they are now. Christy's doing great. Um, she is sober, has returned to school. She's now a counselor where she can give back to the community and truly understand what people are going through. Gretchen has good days and Gretchen has not so great days, but she is still holding on. And Andy suffered from breast cancer, and she beat it. And now she has battling stage 4 brain cancer, and she's in palliative care at this point. And Andy struggles. She believes that her substance abuse has led to her cancer, but she is very vocal about an ounce of prevention. So if we had women like this that would come on our panel, I think it could definitely change um, course of life for some young people. This was a difficult project for me. It made me very sad when I looked at the numbers, and I was overwhelmed in what can one person do. But then once I started talking to the people, EMS in the emergency room, physicians, things like that, it renewed my faith in humanity. And I think it can make a difference for everyone. Well, that is all that I have in trying to stay within my. Woo, I really went over. Okay. Well, thank you. And